Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is, as he has given my introduction already, I'm leading a startup, an edtech startup, SOOP. So the basic idea is, as we are talking about prism of possibilities today, that you can, if you start something and then possibilities comes along your way. So here I'll be talking about something that stops you from taking a step, which is fear of failure. Everybody has this fear deep inside, due to which they can't do certain things. If you want to start something on their own, like a business or anything, they won't do that just because they are afraid to fail. Okay, so title is fear of failure. Get rid of it and work on something that you are passionate about. So there was a story. There was a research in Deloitte that was published back in 2015 that 88% of the people back in Deloitte, they were not passionate about the work they were doing. So now I'm actually somehow fitting these numbers to Lahore or Pakistan, let's say. So it will be around the same numbers or maybe a little more, like maybe 90%. Okay, so 90% of the people, I'm assuming right now on basis of those stats, who are not really passionate about the work that they are doing. Maybe a job or something, but they are doing it just for the sake of doing it. So now, the critical ingredient is, this is a quote, the critical ingredient is getting off your butt and doing something. It is as simple as that. A lot of people have ideas, but there are very few who decide to do something on their own. Okay, so now I'll be asking a question here. How many of you have ideas in their mind they want to work on, or maybe whenever you sit with your friends to have tea or something, you decide those ideas, but अगले दिन बैग उठाते हो और जॉब पे चले जाते हो. How many of them? Okay, that's great. That's a huge number, right? Then, so what's stopping you? It must be so there are a few factors that I can actually tell you that would be part of कि शुरू क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो काम, ठीक है? Because I've been through the same stage. I've been through very same stage. So it could be कि अगर नहीं चला तो, यार अगर नहीं चलेगा तो मेरे जो 2 साल लगेंगे, दैट वुड बी लाइक वेस्ट ऑफ माई टाइम. कल को जॉब अगर देने दोबारा जाऊंगा तो दे वोंट कंसिडर दिस एज एन एक्सपीरियंस जो कि मैंने किया होगा अपना ही. अच्छा, देयर कुड बी अनदर कि यार पैसा आ रहा है तो ये आना जब बंद हो जाएगा फिर क्या होगा. So we think a lot of things that actually stop us from doing something that we really want to. And so that's the question I've already asked. How many people have experienced this? ऐसा नहीं हो सकता अगर तुम लोग को ideas हैं और ये ना हुआ हो. It's impossible. That's how our society works. Yeah. So people actually laugh about you. Now relate this that you want to do something of your own, and 90% of the people are not really passionate about their work. So they're going to do this to you. Sometimes it's your family also does this. Sometimes some more people also does this, your friends maybe. So it's just that the failure is okay. I mean, it's okay to fail. It's okay to say that, yeah, I failed. Because, whoever, these famous entrepreneurs, if you look at them, Jeff Bezos, if you go about this guy, Ritesh Agarwal, if you go about these guys like Oprah Tiffany, okay, all of them actually failed. They failed at first. So it's very hard कि पहली मर्तबा try करेंगे और पहली बार hit हो जाएंगे, यार ये बन जाएंगे वो बन जाएंगे. So there is another lesson now. Whenever you start doing something of your own, whenever you're trying to get rid of the fear of failure, never ever compare your chapter 1 with somebody else's chapter 12 or 10 or something. So what we do is we go on, यार उसको देखो ये कर गया, यार उसको देखो ये कर गया. इस तरह नहीं होता. It's a timeline. Okay, it works that way. So getting rid of this failure will actually give you some sort of advantages. Okay, I always say this. Okay, so here's my thing. I've previously failed with 2 startups already. Okay, so I'm a failure personally. I am also a failure. But the point is, when I started this third thing, I definitely knew what not to do. Okay, if I don't know what to do, but I definitely know what not to do. Moreover, it has also made me some sort of, this is a strange thing, but it has made me a little creative as well. You know, I've tested and played with some ideas. Now I know what works and what doesn't work, okay? Precisely, I know what works, what doesn't work actually, okay? So this fear will actually set you up, this failure will actually set you up for the success that you're gonna have in the next time, hopefully. And let's look at some examples. Jeff Bezos, he started this, okay. Jeff Bezos, he started the first startup was Z Shops, and it failed. Okay, if we go ahead, then here are a few examples. Fred Smith, who actually owns FedEx, he was told that his idea is not feasible, it won't work. This thing happened with him actually, ye wali cheez. But he didn't stop, right? And today, FedEx is like one of the major companies in the world, most profitable actually. Apart from that, Oprah Winfrey, she was fired, जो कि हम सब डरते हैं इस चीज़ से बहुत ज़्यादा कि यार अगर यहाँ से निकालेंगे फिर क्या होगा, नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. It doesn't happen. So she was fired, and now her value is $2.8 billion. Okay, so getting rid of this failure that actually stops you from everything is the crucial thing in your life. Just do it once. Just try to do it. Try to take a step, and then you'll see as so when back in 2018 when we started SOOP, we were 4 people, and you know, idea was very basic, very basic idea. उस टाइम पे हमें लग रहा था यार हम बला बना देंगे ना, मतलब हम ये तो है कोई कर ही नहीं रहा मार्केट के अंदर ही काम. So we went in, and as we went to the market, we saw there are so many possibilities to pivot our business, to introduce new things, to maybe cater some more ideas, or maybe change the field entirely. So the possibilities, they come along. They always come along if you take a step. While sitting at the chai dhaba somewhere, okay, discussing the ideas, that won't really give you any possibility. Agle din job pe, and then everything goes to zero, back to zero. This guy who owns Alibaba, he says the same thing. You know, our generation has a lot of ideas. Our generation actually wants to do a lot, but the very next day they go up and they go for the jobs. Okay. So apart from that, another advantage of being a failure is you can be used as a bad example. So sometimes, जी ये हमारे हैं साहबजादे, जिस तरह से वो हमारी society में होता है कि he failed or whatever. So yep, they are used as a bad example. Last thing. Okay, so all right. So I'm sorry for this typo. Actually, it got in when I converted the file. So it says a man and a woman can make their own story, but not in the circumstances of their choosing. So circumstances will never be of your choice. You'll always have the random things going all around. You'll always have the random circumstances going on all around. हर टाइम मुश्किलें होती हैं, हर टाइम मुश्किलें होती हैं. ये हम सोचते रहते हैं कि यार कल आसान हो जाएगा, फिर करूँगा, कल आसान हो जाएगा, फिर करूँगा. It doesn't happen anymore. Okay, so if you want to take a step, if you want to work on something, then go ahead and get rid of this failure. Once you get rid of it, you'll ultimately realize that yes, this is something that you wanted to own. Okay, otherwise what will happen is 20 years later in your job life, maybe I'm not actually criticizing anybody here. It's my view. Maybe your view can differ from me. So 20 years later, maybe you'll look back and you'll say, okay, I've given my 20 years, my life to this market. I've been working in it with multiple products, but not even a single thing is here in the market that I own, that has my name on it, that has the impact that was generated by that particular thing is mine. Okay, you can't take the ownership, and that would be, I don't know for you, but it would be bad for some people, I know. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for listening to me.